This was a surprise trailer during the Super Bowl, but a welcome one. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Derek, the Review, back again with another video. So we have a surprise teaser for The Adventures of Cliff Booth, a sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and also, funny enough, it's one of those movies I thought, okay, you're doing a sequel to a Tarantino film that's not filmed by Tarantino. It's written by him, but this time around we got David Fincher doing it, and hopefully it's good. To recap, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was the ninth film by Quentin Tarantino. It starred Leonardo DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, and Brad Pitt. Rick Dalton was a fading actor and trying to re-up his career, while also Sharon Tate comes into Hollywood, and you can assume that, well, Sharon Tate's in the story, and knowing Quentin Tarantino, he's actually going to sit in a period that would deal with the Manson murders, but the Manson murders weren't even a big part of that story. Cliff Booth is a stuntman who's been out of the game after a couple incidents in the past. One notably is murdering his wife. He fought Bruce Lee, and last we saw him, he actually took down the Manson crew. Last we saw him, he was stabbed through the side and carried away on an ambulance, so that tells me, yeah, he's going to be all right by the end of this. In the midst of Tarantino trying to get his 10th film made, or his final film, in case he actually wants to say it, because I feel like going out with 10 is not really the biggest shot instead of going out with more. He announced that he was making a sequel to it, but he wasn't directing it. And I guess I could assume, okay, so he's still making his 10th film, which I would have been acceptable if it was the movie critic, but he decided to just scrap it. So The Adventures of Cliff Booth is about him in the late 70s, and who knows what adventure is going to be going on because this movie's been under wraps for a while. I knew when it was going to be filmed, but also didn't hear a lot of plot details except some of the casting. Like, I know that Timothy Olyphant and Yahya Abdul-Mateen II are in this, but I don't know what parts are they playing, whether or not he's still on, I wouldn't say on the run, but I wouldn't even say still wanted, because I feel like, yeah, what else can you do after this? Because I feel like there's nothing to take real inspiration from the real world, because I feel like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood took a play and saying, oh, what if Sharon Tate didn't die? And these guys were the heroes of that story. So this would really tell the story of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, technically. But Brad Pitt was one of the best parts of that movie. And funny enough, he's still one of those action heroes. I guess I could say, yeah, you could put him in a movie and he'll still be have that charismatic smile. And the fact that he'll still be an asshole, knowing, yeah, he's still cool at it. This trailer came on as a surprise in the game because I thought Netflix wasn't even going to take part in something this year. And last time Netflix actually announced a movie on the Super Bowl, that movie turned out to be disappointing. And the fact that they haven't even touched it since. I saw for a brief glance in the Super Bowl where they showed up a couple scenes, but seeing as though Netflix didn't even put the trailer online and they finally put it through other means and other sites, I guess I can actually watch it and hopefully my video doesn't get taken down because I feel like if Netflix didn't post it officially, I guess I could say it's illegal in this case, but I don't even know if it is. Like, oh, other people can still react to it because I have seen a couple of people do it. And if YouTube takes it down, I could just say they're just jealous because they know they don't want small creators doing big things. Well, in that case, let's get to the trailer.
So you helped Rick subdue those hippie intruders, huh?
Something like that.
You say that like there's more to it.
I don't possess many
And they still have it
talents.
censored here too.
I know better than getting away with a good story.
Big kahuna. Common thread in those movies. Also the way it looks, that it's a little bit more grainy.
Think you're real funny, huh? I'm a little funny.
As for the trailer, it's kind of cool that I guess it feels like Tarantino, but also you can tell it's kind of not. One can assume because it's the same character, you could feel like, oh, it is kind of Quentin Tarantino, but also not. But in this feels like more the case of what From Dusk Till Dawn was, where I feel like, yeah, that movie was written by both Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, but you can tell that both of them had a works in the movie because Robert Rodriguez directed it, or I could say in the fact that it's more like a grindhouse situation where both of them directed their own movies, but you can tell one did their own writing and one technically did their own directing. Where I feel like, yeah, each of them had part in that movie and in their own individual movies. But seeing as though Quentin Tarantino wrote this one and you have David Fincher directing, one can assume it's like, yeah, it is kind of the same, but you can tell clearly it's not through the visuals and a little bit of, I wouldn't say exactly the characters and what they would do, because I feel like if this was Tarantino, he'd be going all in on the visuals and the way it looks on film. Like if you compare Once Upon a Time in Hollywood to this, that movie actually is shot on film and this one's shot on digital, which, yeah, that is kind of a downside to this whole thing, because you can tell with digital everything's going to look a little bit grained out, and I know that's the way he films, but I do kind of like that the song choice is basically Peter Gunn's theme, and who knows if that's going to play a big part of the story, because I feel like, yeah, I don't even know what exactly he's going to be going through. I don't even know if it's going to be like the mob. This teaser felt more like an announcement, and a welcome one indeed. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. All my social media is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.